Start the intro.
No sound.
Restart the intro. You got enough time.
You want me to play the music? Or I just deleted it all? Hey guys, it's your girl Felicia Day, the accountability accountant, guys. Let me make sure I can hear myself. This is the accountability accountant. I'm so excited to be here with you guys. We're trying it again, technical difficulties, but we're getting it, guys. You're going to see some changes over the next couple of weeks, so just bear with us while the studio producers get everything behind the scenes rolling and while I adjust for the new season. So, guys, welcome to season 10 of the Moneyzone on Beltway Radio, guys. I'm excited. I can't hear. It's no sound. It's no sound. I'm excited. It's no sound. It's no sound. I'm excited to be here with you guys. It's no sound. You want me to play the music? I just deleted it all. Oh gosh. Okay, it's saying it now. Okay, guys. So just bear with me. Okay, so let me just jump right into it, guys. It's 2023. It is so much actually going on right now. We have the business, well, not even business. We have the looming debt of this country, which is hundreds and hundreds. I think it's trillions of dollars. We have a looming recession, right? We also have no stimulus, major job layoffs, and so much going on. So on today's show, guys, I wanted to talk with you about the impact of your business debt, you knowing your business bottom line, and everything in between, guys. So we don't have much time because we had some technical difficulties when we first started the show. But give me 1 second, guys, while I share this on Instagram, and then we're about to get started. Okay. All right. So we have so much going on right now. The business debt, the trillions of dollars the U.S. owe China. We have what they seeing balloons over top of the different states floating, getting data. But guys, on today's show, we're going to talk about you. We're going to talk about the impact of everything that's happening on your business and what you guys need to do right now if you are a business person. Okay. So right now, as I said earlier, we have so much going on. And as a business person, you really have to focus on everything, but you also have to compartmentalize the things that you are in control over. So, for example, we're not in control over what the US do, what this country do. We're not in control over their decisions, right? Yeah, we can vote and do all of that stuff, y'all, but for real, the decision is not ours, right? But the decision on implementing a new process, the decision to acquire business debt, the decision to not do your accounting and not manage your finances is your decision. We are in control over it. So right now we're in a tight landscape. The data is showing that car repossessions have skyrocketed. People aren't paying their car notes, their mortgages, credit card payments are going back to the minimum payment. So what do we do right now? What do we do? we have to know our bottom line. We have to know what's coming in, what's coming out, how much money we spending, what we're spending it on. Like, this is not the time, unless you rich, like real rich. And then even if you are rich right now, you should be strategic about the way you spend your money anyway, because you should be saving and making sure you put more money to the side to invest when the market officially do crash. So even if you are rich, you still need to be financially disciplined. But if you are not rich and you're in the middle, right? Or things are a little tight, then here are a few things that we need to do. All right. First thing, we have to look at the numbers, y'all. This is not the time to get afraid. This is not the time to say, Flashade, I've been suffering from money blocks for years. I've been helping you guys get over those money blocks for years. It's time for us to suck it up. Before we closed out season 9, I begged you guys to do your budget for the beginning of the year. So who here then did their budget? If you didn't do your budget, keep that between you and your God. But if you did do your budget, this is the time where you need to really start to look at it. Are you bringing in enough? Many of you do not understand that you are not even bringing in enough money to cover your expenses. As a business owner, you also are supposed to know how much you need to come in every week to cover your payroll, to cover your expenses, and to cover your overall cost. Because right now, where we are, things are just getting tight across the board. So what I'm about to do, guys, I'm about to share my screen really quick. I'm about to show you a sample balance sheet. So if you don't know what a balance sheet is a financial statement that every business owner, every business should possess. A balance sheet tells you your business net worth. It tells you whether or not your business got a lot of debt. It tells you whether or not your business have any assets. It tells you whether or not you don't have any assets. If you got a lot of liabilities, look, it tells you. So many of you as business people, because you're not doing your bookkeeping, you don't have a balance sheet. Or if you are doing bookkeeping and you didn't hire an accountant like myself to do your bookkeeping, your balance sheet is incorrect. So you don't know that right now, if you were to get any more debt, your business would be at a negative. So let me walk you guys through one of the most important financial statements, which is your balance sheet, which is an accumulation of your assets, your liabilities, and the equity that you possessed in your firm or in your company. Okay. So once you guys look at that, then you're able to really see, are you piling up debt? Are you really sustaining the business through debt? Or are you sustaining a business through cash? Are you making money or are you just acquiring debt? Right now, because so many people have taught you guys that, you need to acquire debt to make money. Some of you guys have high interest rates that are piling up on all of these credit cards, all of these working line of credits, and it's going to be chaotic soon. So for my business people, let's say 2023. Let me walk you guys through this really quick. And then, like I said, guys, we only have a few more minutes. So I'm going to try to make this as informative as I possibly can. So, all right, so guys, if you're not seeing my screen, head over to Beltway Radio on Facebook. They will have the YouTube coming up soon, where you guys will be able to watch it on YouTube. But if you're watching us on Instagram or anything, head over to Beltway Radio so you can see my screen. Because right now I'm showing you guys the December 31st, 2022 balance sheet of a demo client. Okay. So as you guys can see, this balance sheet as of this date, this is saying that this company have $4,321 in their bank account. That allows you to see how much money you had at a point in the year. So if you were to change the dates, the balance sheet should actually match what you have in your bank account at the end of every month. But because a lot of you are not doing your accounting, you never even realize that your balance sheet actually have your bank balance there. And the money that you guys have in your bank account is an asset. So if you guys want to check out my screen, head over to Beltway Radio on Facebook. I'm going to see if I can put the link on Instagram. Let me see. Oh, hold on, y'all. Beltway Radio on Facebook. And so you can see my screen. So right now, this balance sheet is saying that your company had $4,321 in their bank account as of December 31st, 2022. Now, I'm not going to talk about this undeposited funds because QuickBooks get that. That's an accounting type of issue right now that's here. So I'm not going to explain that. This balance sheet also shows you guys what assets your company have. So as you guys can see on my screen, it says truck, the original cost of the truck. So that means the total assets between the bank balance, the undeposited funds, meaning money they haven't really received yet, okay? And then the truck give the business a total assets of $18,503. So that's basically saying, if you were to sell your business today, you might be able to get $18,000 for it because you have $4,000 in the bank account and you got a car that's worth a truck that's worth $13,000. So right now, based on the assets, your business is worth $18,000. But here's the problem: you've incurred debt. So as you guys can see on my screen, now we're in the liability section of this business balance sheet. And the liabilities say, you acquired debt, or you have a credit card, or you have a loan, or you owe somebody money, whatever. Whoever you owe, who you owe, is going to be shown on your liability section. And this is so important because if your liabilities far, far, far exceed your assets, all right, your business is in debt. Your business will have a negative net worth. So right now, with all that is happening in this country, the majority of businesses have a lot of debt on their balance sheets. A lot of businesses don't even realize that they're in over their head because of the amount of debt that they have. So what we need to do, take some notes, guys, because I'm going to tell you a few things that you guys need to do. And step number one, you need to review your balance sheet. You do not want your business to have a negative net worth. So I'm going to show you my screen one more time so you can see how you can determine whether or not your business have a negative net worth. But be mindful, guys. If your bookkeeping is not accurate, this will never be correct. Okay? I'm gonna say that again. If your bookkeeping is not accurate, you would never be able to use your balance sheet. You would never be able to use your profit and loss statement for anything. Okay? So this business have $311 in credit card debt. Okay, and then they overpaid the Board of Equalization. Okay, and then they don't owe Arizona. So their total debt is $289, right? So since their debt is very low, right? As you guys can see here, as you guys can see here, it's the same 18,503. This is supposed to match the assets. So since the assets far exceed this liability amount, this business is in good shape. That is saying that they're not over leveraged. They have some money in the bank, but no debt, and they have an asset. So this business is in good standing. But how many of you don't have this balance sheet to even see if your business have a positive net worth or not? How many of you have even looked at how much credit card debt and stuff that you have? Since we're right now in this difficult time, and many of you may not say that it's difficult because they haven't really hit. The government is actually trying to prevent, let me stop sharing really quick. The government is actually trying to prevent us from shutting down. That's why they increased the interest rates again. And that actually prevented us from shutting down. So many of you are actually don't even know that we were about to get shut down again 2 weeks ago because of the amount of debt the United States own. Now, there's nothing we can do about America, right? But we can help ourselves. Right now, based on the credit card statistics, they're saying that the Americans owe approximately $925 billion in credit card debt. $925 billion in credit card debt. They said since the third quarter of 2021, credit card balances have risen by $121 billion. I'm going to read that again. Since the third quarter of 2021, this is not SBA loan debt. This is not car loan debt. This is credit cards, y'all. Since the third quarter of 2021, credit card balances have risen by $121 billion. I don't know if you guys think that's okay, but it's not okay. We're really at a brink of collapse. But all you can do is focus on yourself. So the first thing you guys need to do, make sure you look at the numbers. The first number you need to do, because I got 12 minutes, 14 minutes. The first number we first need to look at is how much money do we bring in? Because some of you, let's really be honest, you never said, oh my gosh, my net pay is $4,205.98 every 2 weeks. So you don't realize that right now, off your $4,205.98 net pay, which is good money, you're bringing in $8,411. That's after taxes. So guys, don't go by gross pay. You got to go by net pay, your after tax amount, okay? Because that's what you're actually bringing in to your household. That's for my W-2 9-to-5ers. If you are a business person, you actually need to know how much you retain, you keep every week. So after you do your payroll and pay the expenses from the company for that week, right? What do you keep? You need to know. What do you take home? If you're not on payroll, you need to know how much money you take home. Okay? If you don't have a set amount, I would say attempt to try to come up with a set amount that you can take home for your family. So those are the two numbers you need to know. That's income, individuals and business. The second number, you guys need to know what your expenses were. And around October, I asked you guys to start slashing your expenses. I did. Ask Leo in the office. I slashed a lot of softwares, like literally thousands of dollars per month in softwares. Did you go through the process that I asked you guys to do with me to reduce your expenses? Did you? Because if you didn't do it, that's what I need you guys to do now. We need to go through and scrub the rug. Y'all be scrub the rug. That's how y'all be scrubbing the rug. But I need you to also scrub your expenses. Scrub your expenses. And so, guys, this is one software that I really love. Y'all won't be able to see my account, but I'm gonna show you guys. And also, I'll have my team put my affiliate link in the chat for you. Well, not in the chat, but in my bio. So let me show you this. I recommend, guys, if you are a bit struggling with this, you don't want to use an Excel spreadsheet or you don't want to go through your bank statements on your own, I just recommend you guys go with Rocket Money. Download the Rocket Money app. Well, don't download it until I send y'all my link, but be prepared to download the Rocket Money app, guys, okay? And this, you will attach your bank accounts to this, and Rocket Money will end up telling y'all what subscriptions you have, what you're spending your money on, and everything. Now, this is not for your business. This is for your business need a balance sheet, okay? For personal, you guys can use Rocket Money. And this will allow you to see all of your subscriptions, everything. Guys, I didn't even know I had HBO Max still. I thought I canceled HBO Max. I didn't. So Rocket Money help you do that, okay? Rocket Money help you see what's coming in, what's going out, cut off subscriptions, everything, guys, with a click of a button. So you want to go ahead on and do that so we can start slashing the expenses. Now, if you're having trouble with slashing your expenses, we have to start asking ourselves, is this something that is a necessity for your household, or is this just a want? And the reason why I need us to start evaluating the necessities and wants is because the wants is what take us over our budget, have us overspending, and create bad financial habits. But if you are a disciplined person, you more so buy the necessities and you plan for your wants. Or you say, okay, if I make XYZ money, I'm going to do this. So you still plan for your wants. But if you are not that disciplined yet, right, you need to definitely identify what you spent. Let's use January. What you spent in January as a want or a need. If it's a need, then that means your family needed to sustain school tuition, gas, groceries, mortgage, toiletries, all of those things, right? A want is eating out every Friday, date night every Friday, shopping, Louis Vuitton, all of those. Those are wants. If you guys can get a grip right now of all of your wants and slightly, I don't even want to say deprive yourself, and slightly deprive yourself maybe for like 3 or 4 months, I guarantee you guys, you will always be in control over your spending. If you don't know my history, I used to be a shopaholic. Like literally, like I like designer, I like everything, y'all. I used to be an addictive shopaholic. Like I never had credit card debt, but I like to shop. I never overspent. I overspent. I just spent, right? But I didn't have credit card debt. Now I don't need to spend. I don't need bags. I don't need clothes. I might buy something for my live streams, but no. But that's because I got control over my wants. Those wants are slight addictions or bad habits. So right now, since we are in a tight financial situation with the overall economy and us not being in control of a daggone thing but our own situations, we need to take control over it and start to manage our wants. Are we spending too much? Are we buying too much? What are we doing? And write it down and conquer it. Because see, here's the thing, guys. If you can control your spending now, you will never be a slave to money. See, many of you are a slave to money, a slave to culture, a slave to society because you never became disciplined in your spending. So when your girlfriend call you and say, "Oh, boo, let's go to happy hour," and you on a budget, you are not comfortable to say, "Oh no, poo, I can't go this week because I'm on a budget." Sometimes it's even hard for me to say that. So I know y'all may have a bit of a challenge to say that, but we have to start saying it, guys. We have to take control over our finances and we have to stand up. It would be very shameful seeing this is that we are actually a reflection of our country. If our country, how much is the US debt? Give me 1 second. I think the US debt is US debt tracker. We are a product of our own environment. Let me explain. They said the individual credit card debt was what? $925 billion, right? You can see where we get it from. Look at the US debt. The national debt is million, billion, $31 trillion. The amount of money that the government make from taxes is $4.6 trillion. Remember, taxes are our primary source of revenue. So that means automatically this country is 29,000, 20, I can't even, 28, yeah. No, 27 trillion dollars debt every year. we're rolling over $27 trillion in debt. So if our country is in debt, and then as you guys saw from the 2023 credit card statistics, the individual people in the country owe credit card debt of $925 billion. We're just a reflection of our country. Everybody is just spending without sitting down and holding themselves accountable to their decision making. So while I'm here talking to you guys, are we going to blame the country and say, oh, I'm in debt because this country, I'm making poor decisions because of this country? Or are we going to say from today's show that, oh, Falasha showed me that I'm in control over my debt? I chose to get that credit card. I'm the one that's not in control over my spending. I haven't identified my wants against my needs. Because regardless if the country's in debt, that doesn't mean that we have to be in debt. Just because the country is in debt, that does not mean we all have to be in debt. Our businesses, either. We are making the choices to be financially irresponsible. And by us continuously doing that, we are showing to the government that it's okay for them to do the same. But I bet you guys, just like I always tell you guys, if we make the changes within ourselves and they see, they're like, oh, the people saving money, the people doing this, the people doing this. You don't think that they're thinking in the back of my mind, in their back of their mind, like, if these people not spending excessively, they're gonna start questioning us. So we need to start figuring out how to cut back as well. Because see, guys, before we close out, because I got like 2 minutes, let me show you why. Because everything that we do is part of the gross domestic product. That is how they value this country. So our savings, right, is somewhere in here. I won't be able to pick it out. Monday I might go piece by piece with y'all, all right, on this. But the amount that they move along, that we have saved, it's here. They know what we're saving. So if they knew we were saving, if they knew we were fiscally and financially responsible, do you think that they will be able to get away with just accumulating tax debt, $27 trillion every year? Or would they have to be creative like us and accountable like us and come up with alternative ways for the government to generate money? Just like you may have to. So if you did number 1 of my steps, which is to evaluate your income, and you did number 2, which is evaluate your expenses, and you realize the income is not enough, you may have to be creative and get a side hustle or get another job. Or cut back your expenses first and then see where you land from there. But guys, we can't fall astray and be irresponsible like the government. We need to do better and lead by example. What they see us do is what they perceive they are allowed to do as well. So if you're running amok, having a lot of credit cards, because I remember back in the day, no name dropping, somebody I knew had 18 credit cards. 18 credit cards. So I'm not trying to be funny or mean to nobody, but regardless of how many credit cards you have, guys, we need to know what it is. We need to know what the minimum payment is. We need to know how much money you got in the bank, how much your expenses are, how much your income is, so we can get a control of our finances and not fall into the position that this country is in. We're not in good shape, guys. And many of you are just floating around, worried about everything on Instagram. Everything I see, Black relationships, marriages, men, women, and the government just shut down 2 weeks ago. And I think nobody mentioned it. But you didn't know because you're not worried about it. So it's time for us to start tightening up things, because if we want to see change, guys, it starts with us. Really. You know how they say change starts from the bottom, from the top on down, from the leaders on down? That has not happened. So it looks like we need to do a reverse and start leading by example from the bottom. And I guarantee you, When they see you guys saving money, not getting credit card debt, paying down your stuff, being financially disciplined, they're going to have to tighten up, because your irresponsible spending is what this country rely on to survive. All of these business owners pride themselves on you overspending. So this is the last year, guys. Please, please, this is the last year. Let's get financially responsible, know our numbers, know our bottom lines, and let's lead by examples, because just because the country is in debt, that don't mean each and every one of us have to be, guys. I think I'm done, Chip. So, guys, we'll be ready for y'all next week. I don't know what my topic is. We're going to be ready. Make sure you guys hit the like button. Go to Beltway Radio Facebook page. Like the video, guys, so when I go live, you will be informed. And then maybe check out some of the other shows on the studio as well. What else? This video will go on my YouTube, Falashade TV, within 24 to 48 hours. And just bear with us while we're doing this transition. And I'm excited. We're about to rock this thing out, and we're going to make impact, get our money up, and dominate, guys. So I will see you guys next week. I love you guys. Bye. All right, guys.